Good morning, FlossTube. My name is Christine, and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here today to join me. It is the beginning of February, February 1st, 2025, and this is the first clip of my February vlog. What you see in front of me is one project that I definitely want to get done this month. I started it, I believe, in November, and it is Chickadees by Mill Hill Buttons and Beads. And what I have left to do is a little bit of white background stitching right here. As you can see, just a little bit of white on white right there. And then I get to do a little bit of back stitching, and then I'll get to do the beads, which I'm very excited about. So that is goal number one for February of what I would like to get done. Goal number two, I think, now this is where it starts to get where I'm not sure if my plans are going to stay the same or not, but I've got this other project. Let me move this out of the way. I've got this other project that I started in December. Did I start in December? I think I did. And I started with this one right here, so you will remember, especially if you just watched my January vlog, I've completed the first one of the 6, and I completed that right there. And then in January I started doing this one right here, Noel's Bakery. So if you are joining me for the first time, you will see that that is my completed one right there. And the one that I've started so far, the second one that I started is Noel's Bakery, and this is where I ended at the end of January. So I just wanted to show that progress now because I plan on doing more on this, I think. And the reason why I'm waffling is because I sort of been kind of in the background formulating a plan to grab an old dimensions kit that, the one that's been calling to me is my mare and foal, and I should have grabbed that. Well, I'm not going to grab it. I'll grab it if I start working on it, but I've just been feeling this need to focus on a project, a dimensions kit that I've started in the past, and just dedicate the entire month of February to working on one dimensions kit and seeing how much progress I can get done. But then I started thinking, well, that's kind of what I'm doing here with this, and so maybe I should just stay focused with this and get done as much as I can on this project, since this is the one I'm working on. And I still feel like working on this one. So I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not going to, do what I had planned on. All of January was to dedicate February to mare and foal, because I did start that project in February, I think a couple of years ago. So you can see I'm struggling. Do I stop this project and work on that one and see how much I can get done in February on that one, or do I continue working on this? That's my issue. So, you'll just have to watch and see what I end up doing. I may just focus on this, because either way, I'll be making progress on a dimensions kit. And then I started thinking, maybe I should just go back and look at all my dimensions kits and find which one I'm closest to finishing, and then work on that. And then I can definitely get a finish in February, because I don't think I can finish mare and foal in February, even if I dedicated the whole month to it. So my plans right now are just kind of up in the air. I'll let you look at this one instead. It kind of bugs me on his face right here. There's this weird backstitch. Do you see? It's like it's in the right place, but it's making his face look weird. And I don't know, every time I look at it, it kind of bugs me. I may go in and finagle that stitch a little bit and push it down or something, because I just don't like it. Oh, and I also realized that I forgot a French knot for the doorknob here, which I need to go back and do. Okay, so you can probably tell just by the way I'm kind of floundering about what to do this month. That's kind of what I've been doing in my life ever since January. Okay, it's me again, just a few minutes later, and I decided, since I did mention this project, I should at least show you which one I'm talking about if you're unfamiliar. It is a Dimensions Gold collection called Mare and Foal, and it is, the designer is Chris Cummings, And this is, I don't know which year this is. I believe that this is out of print, and I was very excited when I got a copy of this, and it's just so beautiful. I love it so much, and I thought I would show you where my progress last was. I did start this. It does look like I did make a note. I started this on February 2nd, 2022. So tomorrow it will be the, oh my gosh, 3-year anniversary of this. Okay, let me show you my progress. Okay, so I have got quite a bit done. I was going to save the horses for last, but I don't know. Maybe I should go in if I do work on this in February and work on the horses, so that I can maybe try to get to the halfway point on this design. Or I can still continue working over in this area here, which is the barn and more trees in background area. So, yes, it's pretty. I think I'm almost to the bottom down here. I don't know. I probably have about this much more, I would say. Maybe more. Maybe about that much more to do before I reach the bottom edge. So, yeah, I'm far on this, but certainly not very far, if that makes sense. So, all right. So just in case I do work on this, this would be my starting point. All right. We'll see what I do. Good morning, my friends. It is February 3rd, and look at my muddy yard and my dog watching a squirrel. Can you see the squirrel on the fence right there? Right there. Yep. They just taunt her. The squirrel is like, look at me, come and catch me. Not knowing full well that if Mary really wanted to get that squirrel, she could. But she likes to just most of the time watch him or chase him. Anyway, okay, here I am. I'm sitting outside. It is balmy. Did I just say in my last clip, we had that really cold weather and I was just dying for some spring, and it is wonderful outside right now. So I'm sitting out here doing some beading on my mill hill right here. I started yesterday. Oh, I guess I hadn't finished the white stitches last time we talked. So I did. I finally finished those white stitches, and it was quite the slog, but they're done. And then I did the back stitching, and now I'm onto the beading. Can you see the little bit of beads I've done already on the tops of their heads? It's not really great lighting right there. You can kind of see with the dimension there. The tops of their heads, I did the black beads, and now I'm working on these sort of pewter colored beads in the body. And what else? There's going to be, well, there's actually quite a few. This is my little Altoid tin that I like to do. I mean, I've tried various different beading methods. I always kind of go back to this one. I'm not sure I like the sticky, the really tacky ones, because then when you're done with the beads, it's kind of hard to put them back in to their baggie because they're really stuck, So look at how pretty these are. You can kind of see. I don't know if it's focusing or not. There's 3 colors of beads in one bag, and then let me find the other bag. Okay, so yes, there's 3 colors in one bag right there, and then the other bag has these colors right here. Let me see if I can focus on those, and I believe there's 3 in that bag as well. And then there's going to be the little ceramic button that goes on at the end. So yes, I've decided. So did I say it was February 3rd? So yesterday was Groundhog Day, and Phil saw his shadow, so that means 6 more weeks of winter. But like I said, here in Colorado, we are expecting weather in the mid-60s this week. So I am going to enjoy every minute of it. But for now, while I decide which dimension kit I'm going to focus on, I really thought, let's just whip this one out and get it off the table. So that's what I'm doing. And I plan on doing some beading. Don't know how much time I'll really have today. Don't know if I'll complete this. I might be able to complete it tonight, but don't know that for sure. But I will finish it very soon. So, okay, in the next clip, you shall see a finish. Crossing my fingers. Okay, bye for now. All right, look what's finished. Chickadees are all done. It is February 19th, and I did that clip a while ago when I said in the next clip you'll see a finish. Let me try to turn it this way so you can see how beautiful this turned out. I don't know if you can see how pretty those red beads are. I have them displayed on my mantle right now for February, and I just am so happy to have this done. So if you remember, I replaced the blue perforated paper that it came with. It was like a light blue perforated paper, and I swapped it out just for white. I can't remember my thinking on that, but that's what I did. And it's pretty. Okay. We got a little bit of snow on the deck right there, and it looks so pretty. Look at that. Okay. I'll give you an update on how it looks on my mantle here. Okay, so I just did a little easy display here with some little heart lights I bought from Amazon. And I got my chickadees. You can hear my dog chewing a bone. Some little candles. And then do you remember this mill hill that I did a couple years ago? And I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut it out, so I didn't do the background yet. And I realized I still haven't done anything with it. I haven't cut it out or done the background, but I stuck it in this frame and figured I may as well display it right now until I decide how I'm going to officially finish it. But yeah, so that frame, a viewer of mine reached out to me on Instagram, I think maybe back in the fall, and said she found these frames on Amazon. I'll put a link below, even though I think they're not on sale anymore, but they fit these little, with the mat, they fit the mill hills, the bigger mill hills perfectly. And this is the first time, I bought like 5 or 6 of them, and this is the first time I opened one up and decided to use it. You could put glass in front of it, or I think it came with maybe some plexiglass, I can't remember. But I'll put a link below. I think, gosh, if I can remember that far back, I think they were on sale for $8.99, but I think they're regularly like $15.99. So I got them at a great deal. So thank you. I did not ask this person if I can use her name, so I'm not going to, but yeah, I'll put a link below. But like I said, I think they were on sale when I got them. Now see, I want to get all my felt, you know, my heart wreath, so that I can just hang it right underneath here and get some more felt Valentine ornaments to hang here too. So a work in progress. I definitely need to get more Valentine, and like I said, this isn't a Valentine one, but it's a winter one, but it looks cute with the red. So all right, bye for now. All right, it's just a few minutes later after that last clip. It's still February 19th, and I'm going to try to film a little clip for you. Hopefully there will be some peace and quiet for a few minutes while I do this. I'm not going to escape to my car because it's 5 degrees outside right now. Okay, I know you're all waiting on pins and needles to see which dimension kit I decided to work on. But before I show you that, I am going to show you that I made progress on my Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit that I started on January 1st of this year for the Floss and Felt Sal. And I have made some progress on this. I've just been, after I finished my chickadee project, this one was sitting next to me, and I decided that just because my dimensions kit isn't always kind of something that's easy to work on, like when I want to just stitch for a few minutes or if I'm sitting outside. So I did make some progress in this. It's kind of hard to see with my, let me move it over here a little bit. You can kind of see there, those are just some beautiful bright colors. I have done nothing on my Gingerbread Village felt kit because I started working on a different felt kit for February, so that one, the gingerbread one, is just kind of put on hold for now. But yeah, I wanted to show you that I have made some progress on this. Can't wait to do the beads. All of these holes that are left in these letters are going to be beads, and so there's going to be a lot of beads in this project. Very excited. Okay, so which dimensions kit did I work on? Well, I decided to just go forward with this one because I was evaluating Mare and Foal, and I have more to do on that than I thought. So and February is a short month, and by the time I get it in the hoop and kind of re-familiarize myself with it, I just thought, you know, I'm not going to get very much done on it, and I could probably get more done if I just keep working on this project, which was already in the hoop, and I was already, you know, making some good progress on it. So here is what I've done so far this month. Yeah, I've made some good progress. I actually was really going good on it until I got diverted with the felt kit that I was working on. And this past week, I've been dedicating some of my time to that. I'll just show you really quick what that is that I'm talking about. It's this Bucilla Love in the Air. It was a wreath that I started 2 years ago already, and I did a part one video up on my channel. And then somebody, well, I did pull this out to work on it, but I was just kind of, you know, slowly working on it, and somebody left a comment on my video wondering where part 2 was. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's been 2 years. I should probably get part 2 going. So I am recording a part 2 video on this. I'm not going to get it done probably this February, but I will get all the hearts done. So I'm excited about that. So that took away a little of my attention from this project, but I still am happy with what I've gotten done so far. So it's the 19th of February now. I could potentially get this one done by the end of February, but we'll see. We'll just see. And you can see I've started some back stitching right there, and this is all ready to backstitch. So I'm going to backstitch this window here and maybe do some of the backstitching in these windows as well. And this one so far is going a little bit quicker than that one did. I don't know if it's because my approach was a little bit different. I started in the center, and I've been kind of color completing the the symbols that there were the fewest of, and I'm working to the ones that have the most of. So yeah, pretty much all I have left now is, you know, the main color of the house, and then the 2 trees on the side here, and then you know, obviously the half stitches for the sky and the ground down here. So that will probably go quick, and I would say that I've gotten the most tedious part of this project already done. So it's very cute. You can see the little people here. There's a little girl with the man and a woman walking there. So I'm excited to do the back stitching on that. Okay, that is the only update I have for you right now, and I will definitely try to get in toward the end of the month and show you if I have a finish on this or not, and if I get any more done with my mill hill. Don't think I've got anything else going on. Oh, I could show you, actually, hold on a minute. So look what I have here in front of me. If you remember in my January vlog, I was showing you that I was working on a DIY miniature kit, and it was called the Hanging Garden. I didn't quite get it done yet because I'm still waiting. I actually finally ordered an LED so that I can get that one finished up because it's so close. But my sister-in-law gifted me with 2 more amazing kits, and she said she had some duplicates in her stash, and so she gave me this. Look at this. It's called Magic Forest. Look at how amazing that looks. And then this one here, what is it called? Scarborough Fair. Oh my gosh. See, those are books. If you can kind of tell, those are books right there, and that's like the spine of the book. Yeah, and it's got all of this amazing stuff in it. I cannot wait to get started on this kit. But I'm going to finish my other one first. Let me just open one of these up real quick and show you. Okay, so this is kind of what you get in these kits. So you can tell, I mean, these are no joke. Get all these little wood pieces that you have to glue together, and yeah, you got lighting kits and all these little tiny pieces. They're certainly not for everybody. You have to like working on tiny little things, which I do. And then these are all of the wood pieces that are going to be obviously the walls and things like that. And then it comes with all of, let me grab these. So these are all like when you make the tiny little books. I mean, you can see the scale on these are pretty tiny, like the pictures you hang on the wall and the signs. These aren't stickers. You actually have to cut them out and glue them all on. My dog is going to bark. I see her getting ready to get ramped up. But these are all of the wallpapers and everything. So amazing. Yes. Don't know when I'm going to have the time to do this, but I love them. Okay, I'll check in and show you where I get with my cross stitching. Bye. Hey there, it's Friday, February 28th, and we have reached the end of the month. I was so hoping to have a finish for you by the end of this month, but it didn't happen. However, I am happy with my progress. I just kept on stitching. I was not in the right headspace to do the back stitching this week. Plus I got diverted. I got diverted by a few things. If you were on Instagram, you may have seen that I finished my little miniature DIY garden kit that I was mentioning earlier in this video that I was waiting for an LED light on. So my LED light showed up and I took one day and finished up all the little details on that, and I will put a clip at the end here talking about it in a little bit more detail if that's of interest to you. If not, it'll be at the end. So I did get diverted with that, and also I'm really trying to finish up my felt Valentine heart kit. So I've been working on that too because it's been a little bit easier to kind of sit and do some hand stitching because little Miss Mary had her spay surgery on Tuesday. So we're a couple days post-op and she's doing wonderful, but she's being very cuddly, which I love. So yes, her and I have been getting lots of cuddle times. We had her, she had a laparoscopic spay, so the recovery time on it is going to be a little bit less than I think a regular spay. So she'll be bouncing back in no time. And yeah, I was expecting to get a lot of stitching done that day because I had to drop her off at 7:30 in the morning, and my plan was to stitch. I was just going to take the day and just stitch while I was waiting for, to pick her up. And I was a little surprised because when I dropped her off, my nerves were crazy. So I ended up not doing any stitching at all, and I cleaned my house instead. I don't know. I was just worried about her. More so, I mean, I know a spay surgery is, nothing to worry about, but you always kind of worry with general anesthesia. And she had some kind of strange behavior the night before and the morning of that. I thought she just had something in her ear because she was shaking her head a lot and doing some really weird stuff. And so when I dropped her off, I asked the vet to, check her ears while she was under anesthesia. And so, of course, yes, my mind was wandering a lot about that while she was, having the surgery done. So long story short, and I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet, it hasn't been officially diagnosed, but the vet seems to think from the behavior I explained that she was probably having some partial seizures. So, oof, there's that. I'm not going to worry about it right now because it might have just been a one-time thing, and I'm just supposed to monitor her and kind of keep a journal if it happens more often and then get it checked. But we're just going to hope it was a one-time thing because I have read that Aussies are kind of known for having seizures. That breed can have seizures. So little Miss Mary's been getting lots of love and attention, and my nerves have been shot this week. So yeah, like I said, it's the last day of February, and I may upload this, but I may just wait until after the weekend and see if I can possibly get a finish on this for you and then upload my vlog a little bit late. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And if it just gets to be too many days and I'm not finishing it, then I'll just go ahead and upload this and we'll just call it is what it is. I have no idea what I'm going to do in March. I'm not feeling Marineful anymore because I've started hearing the robins singing, and now I'm really in the mood to stitch something with a bird on it, something very spring-like. So I probably will put this kit away as soon as this one's done, and yeah, we'll just have to see where March brings us. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye and maybe see you in the next clip with a finish. Okay. Well, good morning. We are a week into March. Today is Saturday, March 8th, and I have just finished the last cross stitches for this project. So we are done with it. So all that's left now is the backstitching and the French knots. Now there are times that I don't mind backstitching, and there are times that I'm kind of don't want to do it, but today I really don't want to backstitch this. I kind of want to put it away. I really want to work on one of my little miniature build kits that I was going to do last weekend and never did. And so yeah, I have decided that I'm going to put on a true crime podcast, and I'm going to give myself 1 hour of backstitching and see what I can get done. And then I think I'll let myself then do something else. Unless I'm very close. If I'm very close to finishing, then I may just go ahead and do it all. But yeah, that's my plan for this Saturday morning, March 8th. And I will, through the magic of video, in the next clip, show you what it looks like done. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do that. It could be days from now, or it could maybe be in an hour. We'll see. But stay tuned for the finished project. Well, good afternoon. Mary and I are sitting out on the deck enjoying a beautiful Monday afternoon. It is March 10th, and I thought that I would go ahead and finish up this vlog with just some final words on this really beautiful ornament. Once again, the backstitching did me in. Oh my goodness. You know, it doesn't look like a lot until you start getting into it and realize that there's just a lot in there. But it just turns out so beautiful when it's done. You know, it's just amazing. So, what did I have trouble with? Well, when I first went in, okay, so first of all, it took me longer than I thought. I had to watch two significantly long podcasts, true crime podcasts, to get me through this. I went in and I was backstitching this little hanger right here and realized after I backstitched it that it was supposed to be couching. So instead of taking it out, I sort of couched on top of it. So it's probably a little bit extra thick, but that's okay because it's kind of like a sign that's supposed to be holding this cookie. So I just left it. Same with her dress. I had to take that same color and couch this little swirly design, and there's also a French knot in there, and that was a little bit tedious to do because, like I said, I backstitched it first, and I'm like, this just doesn't look right. So yeah, that's why whenever you're doing kind of loop-de-loops like that, couching is the way to go. Okay, and then there's all these little French knots here that just really make it, just really bring the design out. I just love it. And then the little French knots up there. Yeah, let me get, you can kind of see it. Sometimes you can see it better in different lights like that, and you can kind of jumps out at you. Anyway, absolutely beautiful design, but I'm a little done with these right now. I have to put them away. I really want to move on, and but I'm glad it's done. I did go up and do that French knot that I had forgotten, a little doorknob up there. I'm not sure if that was the right color it was supposed to be. I know one of the yellows, but since I was already had this yellow here, I'm like, well, that's good enough. I'm just going to go do a French knot with that up there before I forget. And yeah, that's it. Not much else to say on it except that I will pick this up at some later time. Okay, so it's March 10th. We are already 10 days into March, and so my February blog got extended a little bit, and that also leaves me with what I'm going to do in March, and honestly, I don't know. So I'm not sure what I'm going to work on. I really have not formulated any plans at all. I may just go ahead and extend my next vlog into April and kind of have it be like a March-April vlog, just to give a little bit more content. I think that that's probably what I'm going to do. So if you don't see me at the end of March, that's probably why. I think that's all I have to say about that. Oh, I guess I could just briefly, since I did mention Miss Mary over there earlier, she has healed nicely from her little space surgery. She's sitting up on her favorite perch there so that she could watch that house over there that has 2 dogs. That's her perch. I have not noticed any strange seizure, quote-unquote, seizure-like behavior in her since that, the night before her surgery and the morning of So at this point, that seems to have been a kind of a one-time thing. We're just going to just keep monitoring her at this point. And obviously, if it continues, we'll take her to the vet and have some blood tests done and things like that. But that's just an update. And my neighbor's dog is going to bark, so I'm going to say goodbye. And I completed my very first DIY miniatures kit called Hanging Garden, and I will just show you how it looks and all its amazing little details. Okay, here is how it looks, and I have it on a little cake spinner here so that I can turn it around and show you the details. So the only thing that I didn't do is there is supposed to be like some acetate windows over this top area. Let me grab it. Okay, so this is what is supposed to be on the top, and it just gave me fits trying to get this thing assembled, and by the time I did, it was kind of getting bent and scratched, and I had a hard time with these little tabs, but it's supposed to go on there like this. And anyway, I just decided, I mean, yes, it does kind of add to it because it makes it look like a greenhouse up on the top there, and I may still do something with it at some point, maybe come up with my own plan, but this that came with the kit, I just really had a hard time with it. So for now, it is not on there. Other than that, for it being my very first kit, I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. And let me show you, I'll show you the lights at the end because it does have some lights. So we'll just start up at the top here. We've got all the little tiny little intricate little scrolled and little books and flowers, all the paper flowers. Some of my flowers turned out a little better than others. And then this is the little pond scape over here. I'll kind of zoom in on that area because it looks a little cuter from the front. Let me see if I could zoom in on some of the details. We've got like that little, can you see the little birdhouse back there? The pond. Little area there. You can see the little books and the little scrolls a little better here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go downstairs and see what that looks like. Okay, so first of all, we'll take a look around the outside so you can see all the different flowers, windows, butterflies, moss. And then we'll go on the inside as soon as we make it around. You can see my little hanging chandelier. I wish that I would have made these a little bit shorter because they hang a little low, but that's okay. You can see all the little rock details and moss. All right, and let's go inside. So we've got a little piano right there with a tiny little, can you even see the little page of in the books there? And then back there we have a little garden table with some more different scrolls and things. Here's the little table here. It has stuff on it. Don't know if you can see that little table back there with some books on it. Flowers. And then back in another back there, you've got a little bag filled with flowers and another little table there with tiny little stuff on it. And then see if I can get that little bookshelf right there, the little blue one. That was my favorite. That was the very first thing I did. And then let's see if we go up to the ceiling. Okay, so if you look up on the ceiling up there, you can see the little light, and there's some pictures hanging up on the wall there. I don't know how well you can see pictures. focus. And one more picture over there. And now I will turn the light on and show you what those look like. Okay, so you can see my little light up top there. And there's some lights in these little windows here. Now, one of my LEDs that came with the kit didn't work, and so I ordered another one for this little area right here. And you can see that it wasn't as bright as the ones that came in the kit, so it's kind of, and it's a little bit yellower, but it's, so yeah, that one it doesn't look quite as bright. But it doesn't really matter. This was my first kit, and yep, and then up top here, we've got a little light chandelier, and my little LED is kind of hanging out down just a little bit too far, I think, but it's, again, super cute. So, yep, that's how it looks, and I'm thrilled, and I can't wait to start another one. All right, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I did want to say that the little light switch to turn it on is right in the back here. Underneath one of the windows, there's a little switch that you can just, I can't really turn it off and on like that. And the battery pack is underneath because all of the wiring is down under this area here. Oh, look at that little shovel. That was so cute. It's one of my favorite things. It's that little shovel. It's not focusing. Not focusing. Okay. That's it for now. Like I said, thanks for watching.